And we're live. Welcome back to the basement. So we kind of left y'all on a hook on the last episode on Wednesday. This is Friday. We made it through the week. We made it through the work week. It was tough. I don't know. We ain't even started it yet, and I can tell you it's going to be tough. But we left y'all with what is our all-time favorite celebrity / athlete?
But you forgot our tagline.
Oh, yeah, because this is top-level content from the lower level. This is the basement. All right. Oh, man. Emily is going to trash me for that.
You're going to get roasted so bad.
Good thing this comes out on Friday, and I don't have to see anybody I work with till Monday.
Yeah, but the first episode comes out on Monday.
But I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Not as bad.
So,
Sunday.
I will talk to Drew first, because I know he's been thinking about it, and now he doesn't know. Who is your all-time favorite celebrity / sports figure or whoever? All-time favorite. And you only can name one.
Oh, man, that is so hard for me. I ain't going to lie because
Okay, we can do top three.
No.
because, man, honestly, in my personal life, there's been a lot of different athletes / celebrities that have influenced my life in some kind of way.
That comes with age.
I mean, if I got to go athlete, I'm going Michael Jordan. There's no question.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, he's the GOAT. I don't care what anybody says. You can argue LeBron. LeBron's a punk. You can argue what you want to. He's the GOAT. But, I mean, if you said we got to stick with one, man, I mean, I guess I might have to go MJ. I don't have a choice, honestly. I just don't.
I got you. All right. Let's hear it.
So, this is so hard because
One of them. One. We're going to get a top three here in a minute.
if I have to pick number one, I'm actually going with Chad Johnson, a.k.a. Chad Ochocinco.
Okay.
Because he's the one.
I wasn't expecting that.
Well, that's the one. Well, I'm going to be honest. Well, now we said one. I'm just leaving it at one. But he's the one that got me into liking the Bengals. And not just because of who he was, but the fact that, you know, he did all this stuff on the field. But then later on, I found out that, you know, his first year in the league, he lived at the Bengals facility because he was like, why should I get an apartment? He's just like, they've got showers here. They've got TVs here. They've got food here. He's just like,
I did not know that.
his entire first year, he lived at the Bengals facility. He says that he still has 85% of his NFL earnings. All of his jewelry is all fake. He's just like, why should I get paid for all these diamonds and stuff whenever the fake shines just the same? So you're talking about a
There you go.
yeah, he is. Like, you know, and you wouldn't think that, you know, especially with how he carried himself in the NFL and stuff. Because, you know, he was always like doing all these antics and stuff like that. But, you know, and they would ask him like, well, what do you think made you such a good receiver? He's like, I'll be honest. He's just like, whenever I was a kid, my dad put me in dance. He's like, and I got so mad because I wanted to play football. And he had me in dance. He's like, but that helped my footwork tremendously. And he ended up being like arguably one of the best route runners in the NFL.
I can't. I like Ochocinco.
I do.
Yeah, I mean,
I
He's the one that started my Bengals fandom. Because, you know, whenever he got drafted, I was about 7. So, you know, whenever he started really coming on the scene, that's about the time that I was like, you know, being able to pick my own team. And I like the Bengals uniforms and stuff like that. And I've just stuck with him through that whole time. And there's been some rough times since he's been there.
that's for sure.
yeah.
All right, man. You've been telling me this whole time in between all these episodes about this. So what's yours? I can't wait to hear it.
Well, I changed because I started thinking about it. And who has like shaped me? And you know, he was a basketball player, and he's a lot more than that now. But I have to say Shaquille O'Neal.
I can agree
And
with
the
that.
reason why is because Shaquille O'Neal is the example of coming from nothing,
Yep.
making it, and then being humbled.
Yeah.
And what I mean that is he come out with his own shoes at one time. And I can't remember what shoe brand it was with.
I think it was like And1 or something.
No,
I think it was Reebok.
it was right before that.
Wasn't it Reebok?
It was Reebok, and he was at a store. And this old lady was holding a pair of his shoes, and they were like super expensive, like $70, $80. And he was standing there, and he thought she was going to talk to him about the shoe, and she said, "You ought to be ashamed in yourself to be selling shoes this expensive that these kids can't even afford to wear them." And he said from that point on, that's where he come up with those Shaq brand shoes for $15, $20 at Walmart. He said so every kid can afford to have a pair of shoes. Not only that, I've watched a thing where out in L.A., I believe, every summer there for a while, he was doing this school thing with kids where they would come out there and he would give them school supplies, clothes, backpacks, load them down, spend the whole day with them. But at the end of it, he spent 45 minutes with them and their parents and just explained to the kid how important it was to listen to your mom and dad, to pay attention, to be good in school, and everything. Like, he just broke it down for him. This man owns multiple restaurants, multiple car washes. He wanted to be a cop, and he went and became a cop in Florida. Like, everything that could have been done, this man's done it, and he's been humbled by it. And I love getting on TikTok and watching him and Charles Barkley. They are hilarious.
Yeah, that's top notch.
But yeah, Shaquille O'Neal, that right there is what an athlete should strive to be. He's respectful. He does never forgot where he come from. I love hearing stories about how his dad never cut him no slack. He was from the military.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly.
Well, I think that was actually his stepdad. I think
Yeah,
his real dad wasn't even in the picture, and it was his stepdad that stepped up and did all that for him.
It was like when his I remember reading the story about him. He got his first NBA check and went and just bought everything for his apartment. His agent called him and was like, "Dude, you've spent $1 million. At this rate, you're never going to have anything." And, he said, "I've never had any money before." So that's who I picked. It's Shaquille O'Neal.
Man, that's
100%.
That's a great pick, dude. I love Shaq.
Yeah, I love Shaq. I've seen a lot of things where, like, there's been a lot of kids that, have, ginormous feet and struggle to get shoes. And he's gone and bought out shoe stores of that size after that's kids because, his
opened that before. It's Coke Zero, if you order. It's Coke Zero.
But, these parents couldn't afford the kids' shoes, so he actually goes and buys out all the shoe sizes. Like, if that kid wears this shoe size, he goes and buys every shoe in that style for him.
He's just an awesome dude.
There he is.
And for people to say he wasn't dominant, they just didn't watch basketball. He was the man.
Hey,
And the thing is, you also never heard about any kind of scandals involving him, really.
Shaq he's an all around. What do you call that? Great American Story or whatever. What am I looking for? American Dream or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, he did what he struggled. I'm sure. He tried to swing on Charles Barkley on the court, and Barkley went with the double leg. Smart man.
Listening to him and Barkley go at it that's top notch content, dude.
That's great. It's great content. You could tell them guys love each other.
Oh yeah.
They love each other, but boy, they can piss each other off.
Tell that they're exactly like siblings. Like, they're allowed to talk to each other like that, but let somebody else come and try to talk to either one of them that way.
Oh yeah.
They let Ernie talk trash show.
Yeah. Oh, what's he gonna do?
I love on Christmas every year. They always trick Shaq into going near that Christmas tree and then shoving him into the Christmas tree. They get him every single year. It's hilarious. That's one of my Christmas things I look forward to. See Shaq shoved into the tree.
Now that you said that, I regret not picking Shaq. I mean, I'm disagreeing on
That's a legend, man. Shoved to the thing.
But with that being said, though, how boring would it be if we just all picked the same one?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you got to have some variety to it.
Right?
Listen, look. On our computer screen right now, it says Niagara Falls is frozen. Imagine how cold it's got to be in Buffalo right now. Dang, wait, is it Buffalo? Yeah, it's close to Buffalo, right?
Close enough.
It's in Niagara.
It's in New York, whatever.
It's in Niagara Falls.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
There is a Niagara Falls.
Oh, well, now y'all making me feel dumb.
It's also it's kind of like on the border of Canada.
Where got blue button? No.
Why are we gonna boot Canada? Canada ain't never done anything to anybody.
Well,
I also understand when we growing up, we used to watch South Park, and for some reason it's ingrained in our mind to blame Canada for everything.
I got another story about Canada, but we won't go into that.
Oh no,
Your spot. Wait, there we go. So, what was you guys just saying? You were saying we're going to talk about something. Oh, you said you were going to do a top.
I got you a top 3 thing we're going to talk about. Because, all right, look, I don't like winter no more. I'm getting older. Cold weather sucks. I want to talk about warm weather.
Shoot, yeah.
We're going to talk about summer. Your top 3 things you like to do in the summer. And I'm talking about as soon as the kids get out of school. It's just that time of year.
When it gets warm outside.
When it gets warm outside, what is your top 3 things you look forward to?
Go ahead and let Hunter start on this one.
Jeez. So, I have started a little bit of a tradition with Levi, and down in Tweetsy Railroad, down in North Carolina. I think it's just outside of Boone. It's a amusement park of trains. And I think I touched on it a little bit, but Levi's thing is trains. And every year they do this thing. It's called A Day Out with Thomas. And they actually have like a giant Thomas locomotive that'll pull the train.
That's cool.
So, so he gets to actually see Thomas, like the face actually like smiles and, does stuff like that and talks, all this other stuff.
That's pretty cool.
So you get to go on an actual train ride where Thomas is pulling the train. And they got Thomas themed different things throughout the park. It's a tire amusement park for trains. So I've started taking Levi to that every year. And that's one of the things that I've grown to like.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because, that's something, like, that's a me and Levi day.
Is that which number would that be?
I'd have to say number 1.
Number 1. Because, you go down, you go 1, 2, 3.
All right. Yeah, because I don't do a whole lot outdoors. So, I don't do a whole lot during the summer because I usually just work and play video games. It's like pretty consistently. Whitewater rafting is mostly in the fall, so I can't even say that.
Yeah, we got to revisit that too. But anyway, go ahead.
We'll talk as soon as we get done ranking top 3. We'll hear your demands on that.
Yeah.
What you got? You got 2 more.
I do just like the fact that Levi doesn't have school and stuff, so he's not as tired in the evenings.
Yeah.
So I get to the time I get to spend with Levi is like actually spending time with him. Usually during whenever school's in, it's you come home, we do homework. Right now he's in basketball, so he's got basketball practice. Summer, there's really not like a whole lot of sports going on because Levi's not really a baseball kid. That's usually about what's going on. The football doesn't start till the end of the summer.
Yeah, well, July.
Yeah, I still consider that closer to the end of the summer. By the time they actually start practicing and everything. But I do enjoy football. I do know I would get excited in summertime because I know football's right around the corner.
Balls are coming.
Oh, yes.
There is that low drag part though, where like baseball's the only sport on during that time. It's
Gotcha.
Hating on baseball.
So what was your top 3 again, just real quick?
so far I've just got Tweetsy and spend more time with Levi.
When you say football?
Well, yeah, football's right around the corner, so I'll go ahead and round that out. Number 3.
There you go. You want to name them next? Top 3 things about summer.
Man, I'm going to have to piggyback off of Hunter. Kids are out of school, so that means I get to sleep a little longer. Also, they're here all the time, so that makes it cool.
Yeah.
Man, I just like to be outside, dude. I hate when it's cold out. I like to be outside. I like to go fishing. When it gets warm enough, we can go wade fishing, which Hunter's going to get the experience.
Absolutely.
Man, it's really hard for me because I hate the cold weather. So it's hard for me to bundle like warm weather things into 3 things, you know what I mean? But I love coaching. I love the football season's coming up, but football season coming up also means the colder weather coming back. So it's one of those things, because bittersweet.
The end of football season's pretty rough.
Yeah, and then I would have just probably had to say, man, like outside of fishing and the kids been out of school, I probably just had to say like vacation and stuff like that,
I got you.
Yeah, just getting to take some time out off of work, go somewhere nice and warm, maybe hot even, you know what I mean?
I got you. So, top 3 things about summer for me. Number 3, I talked about this a couple episodes ago, is every summer My dad, my brothers, my uncles, my cousins, and it used to be my pawpaw. We used to go to New River and spend the whole weekend there, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, on the riverbank. And we wade fish during the day, and we catfish all night. We cooked our food there. I mean, we done everything there. That's just what we look for every summer. We was going to the riverbank, and we could literally wake up on Sunday, and it could be at 6 in the morning, and my papa would be like, "It's time to go." We're like, all right, we close up shop and leave. Work would be like 2 o'clock in the day. Just depends, but we did that every single year, and that's something. My papa's passed away. My dad and my uncle are getting older, so it's something that I really cherish. It's something that's really great. You'll love it. It's one of those things like when you was in your teenage years, you was like, I don't want to do that. But when you get older, you're like, man, that's stuff that I'm glad I did. And I can't wait. Last year I didn't take my boys because they're still really young. This year they're going.
So you take both of them.
Oh, absolutely. Uriah and Cameron's both coming to the riverbank with us this weekend. So it's going to be my first year I get to take my sons to this tradition. So I cannot absolutely wait for it. It's going to be a blast. I love it. We don't, like, a lot of times we don't even catch a whole lot of nothing. We just have a great time on the riverbank. There's no cell phone service where we go. There's nothing. I mean, you're there, buddy. Like, the only reason why we had a cell phone is to, if we got to dial the 911 just in case. It's one of them places where the park ranger just shows up and they're like, all right, man, how much you going to pay for this spot? You give them money on the spot and they take your word for how many days you're going to be there. So it's great, great. So that was my number 3. My number 2 is obviously when it warms up, we travel. The beaches with the kids and everything. I get to be out, just outside with the kids.
Yep.
Outside with the kids. It could be at the beach. It could be in Tennessee. It could be barbecues, just spending time outside with the family. That's my number 2. It's kind of a wide thing. But it's just, when you're family, you're outside, we're eating.
Most definitely.
We're swimming, we're at the beach, just that whole thing. My number 1, and I'm about to get me some brownie points, boys. And y'all can't say this, but my number 1 favorite activity, well, I wouldn't say, it is activity. When it comes to being warm outside, for me, my number 1 thing is when my wife gets in a bikini. This is my number 1 favorite thing about summer. It's when Emily gets in a bikini. I love it. Yeah, it's my number 1 thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can't really continue that conversation.
I'm sorry.
But I mean, I feel like, I know there's some serial killers out there that really like wintertime, but they're serial killers. We all know that.
Yeah, like this winter, if somebody says that they still prefer winter over summer after this winter that we've been having
The last week,
that winter is like -2. Nah.
Yeah.
let me tell you a story about being cold, because you're probably still in school. I worked at this little place in Bluefield, Virginia, called Pimco.
That's where my grandpa worked for all those years and retired from.
Well, let me tell you what these people decided to do when you were at winter about 12, 13 years ago, when it was like -15, -18 outside for those like a week.
Yeah.
They decided that was a perfect time to knock open the whole bay and rebuild a bay door.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then tell us it wasn't cold to work. So we would literally, I don't work there anymore. Y'all closed down and got new owners, and y'all told us it wasn't cold, but you were sitting in your office. We literally had to go in the paint booth, which was 170 degrees, and warm up so we could feel our hands just to go back out and build these transformer houses and stuff. It was ridiculous cold. So whenever somebody says that they're cold, I was like, when you got to wear like your Arctic, like not your car, but your Arctic winter coats that are like rated for -20 degrees and you're still shivering, you're using the impact with your winter gloves on, man, I don't envy anybody that's got to work outside.
Nah.
When it gets cold, like, yeah, I hook her down to my office and just chill for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's what I do. But here's the thing, man. I would 10,000,000% rather be too hot.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I can take my hoodie off. I can take my T-shirt off. I mean, y'all might not be happy about it, but I can do it. But if I ain't got no more clothes with me, I can't just be putting clothes on.
Which I've always liked to be too hot or too cold. And everybody's like, well, you can always put more clothes on. No. Okay. No. Okay. You can only put on so many before you can't move.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, dude, serial killers.
Yeah, no. I'm not an outdoorsy person, but I still prefer summer over winter.
Whoa. We got breaking news in the sports world, guys. Let me get it loaded here real quick. ESPN's notorious for doing this. I don't mean to interrupt, but the Dallas Mavericks just traded Luka Doncic to the Lakers for Anthony Davis.
What?
Yes.
No way.
Right here it is. It says Dallas Mavericks are trading Luka Doncic, I can't even say his name right, to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis, a 2029 first-round pick and a blockbuster deal.
Let's see if that was my notification from CBS Sports. Lakers trade Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic.
I feel kind of difference.
Listen,
I didn't know because Luka gained a lot of weight in the offseason. He hasn't been the same Luka Doncic.
But he don't have to be the star.
it also involves the Utah Jazz, apparently.
Utah's probably just getting draft picks out of it because they're probably going to carry some of that draft, like some of the cap hit. That's usually what that means. But
Man,
That is insane. I didn't mean to interrupt, but that hit my phone and I just glanced at it. You heard it here first, even though it's going to be on Friday. He said, it heard by now. Just broke. News, it just broke just now.
I think, you know what I think we should do? I think we should do a TikTok right now while we're recording the podcast.
Do y'all want to do that? Well, all right, hold on. Let me pull up TikTok for real quick here. Are y'all ready?
absolutely, let me click on it. You guys are seeing behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes in the middle of the podcast on YouTube.
Right now.
Hey guys, this is us in the basement. We are actually live recording a episode of the podcast. There's everybody. There's Drew. Is that her?
Yeah, that's
Hunter. Breaking news in the sports world. Oh, and Maddox over there. He's joining us. Breaking news in the sports world. We just got it. That's why we're making this. It is 12:35 a.m. Luka Doncic. Is that what you said? Doncic just traded to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis.
Which is crazy to me because what does LeBron think he's going to be doing any better than AD?
no, I don't think so. I feel like,
But you heard it here first. Thank you, guys. And now we're going to go back to the podcast. If this podcast comes out on Friday, we're going to be releasing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank y'all.
all right. So now that
Y'all seen that? That's how we do it.
And so now that Andrew's gotten that situated, what are y'all's thoughts on it? I'll go ahead and give mine. I think that realistically, the Mavericks still have Kyrie and they still got Clay. So now they're adding Anthony Davis. And then you got the Lakers who now don't have a great big. They already had AR-15, Austin Reeves, and then they had LeBron. I feel like, I know you said that the Mavericks got robbed. I feel like the Lakers needed a big more than they needed Luka because they still had LeBron. They still had Austin Reeves. I don't think.
Man, I think the Dallas Mavericks just messed up.
I don't think so.
Dude, I mean, I'm not saying AD is not a good player.
But this is one of the better seasons that AD's even had lately. That's what's kind of wild about all this. He's been better on defense. He's been better scoring.
But let's look at Luka's body of work in Dallas, though.
Yeah, but he's fell off this year.
Yeah,
After they started getting Kyrie and Clay. I mean, honestly,
The post is up, guys. The post is up. Thank you guys for being. I know y'all can't see it on the on the podcast part, but if you go to YouTube, you can watch that live happen. Sorry to interrupt, Hunter.
no, you're good. But I don't. I'm telling you, I think the Mavericks are going to come out better. I do. I know you got
man.
Luka, that's a blockbuster trade.
That really is.
Like, I was not expecting that. 12. I mean,
I ain't heard anything about the Lakers even wanting to get rid of AD.
I did hear that LeBron was whining for some more help because I mean,
always
Michael Jordan. Because you can say what you want to. Scottie Pippen was a great role player. Scottie Pippen was not a superstar. What did Scottie do when Jordan left? Nothing. Not taken from Scottie. Scottie is a great role player.
Right.
But anyway, back to what we're saying here. My bad. But LeBron was crying for some help, and I think they just got it. I think that was a bonehead move for Dallas.
I don't think so.
How much are they paying Luka?
I mean,
That's probably
haven't
playing a
said.
big thing into it.
It didn't. Well, you mean Dallas? Was,
Yeah,
was
Dallas was paying.
Oh yeah, really? Yeah.
They brought the one to get about deal.
The one good thing about the NBA is they at least do have maximums for contract limits. Like you're only allowed to pay players up to a certain point.
What's the dude that plays for the Nuggets? The MVP, the other.
The Jokic. Yeah.
Jokic, yeah. Jokic. Luka and him are, dude. Doncic is a good player. I think that's what's his West up, man.
I don't think that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think like Doncic is a great player. He is, but this year he fell off like drastically. He has not been producing the way he's been producing lately, and Dallas doesn't really have like a big name big. LA still had a premier guard.
Man.
So now LA's getting rid of their center.
Sorry.
So with that breaking news, I have no idea what we was talking about before that.
What were we talking about?
We just finished the top 3 things about summer.
You finished awkwardly.
I didn't think it was awkward.
Oh, you left it awkward for us. What were we supposed to be like? Yeah, we love seeing your wife in a bikini too. Like, let's just say that.
That's fair. I get it.
What were we talking about?
Oh, well. Anyway, sorry about that. I got a little distracted. So let's talk about something else here. We are at 27 minutes. We're still trying to find that sweet spot on time. Go ahead.
Something that I do like about whenever it gets warm outside. I do love smoked foods. I will say I may not have had smoked mac and cheese, and I will say this. I thought that I was dumb because I never had smoked mac and cheese. Christina also is not, and Christina's done a lot of traveling. Like she had a job where she literally had to travel for her job. Okay, like I'm talking like all over the United States. That's something she hasn't had either. So at least I don't feel as bad for not having it. But I'm ready for a grilled. Honestly, we could throw us a damn charcoal grill down here. I'd start grilling out and shit, and I'd be just as content. I don't know if that'd be a fire hazard or not, but
I'm pretty sure that since we're in my basement, I don't want to. But I mean,
I could go for some charcoal grilled burgers right now too.
When the power was out from them winter storms, that's how I cook, man. I fired up my grill. Yeah, I was out there. I had my robe on. I had my Carhartt on over that. I had that Nike Storm Fit jacket on over that. And I was out there like this. Just frying them burger, boy.
I did tell Christine I kept McDonald's in business.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, when you got this many people, which I mean, I know you got a lot of people too, but I don't think yours either much mine though.
Yeah, that's fair. I was still little, so
yeah.
They're still little.
I did tell Christina that whenever we move in together, one thing I want is like a smoker. Because I do. Now, I have done a lot of pulled pork and stuff like that, and then pulled beef. I've done those. But as far as like other stuff, I haven't really ventured out more than that.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember for Levi's first birthday party, I actually smoked some pulled pork for his first birthday party. Like, that's what I served to everybody that came.
That's awesome. So,
you know what's really good smoked? We talked about this before because, I mean, we into this food.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'd be living maybe
Walt of Philadelphia cream cheese. You cover that with some, crap, I can't remember the dude's name. Danos. You cover that with some Danos, throw that in the smoker. Oh, man. And you just eat it with some crackers.
Yeah.
Golly.
Dude.
That's good.
We was talking about this in our group. We're going to bring some content this summer because I'm getting a pool put in. So we're going to be out here with the smoker at the pool. Kids going to be swimming. We're going to be smoking. I know you smoke.
Smoking food.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We were talking about smoking food.
You know how it is, man. People twist your words.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, we're going to be out here with the smoker, dude. I love smoking food.
Hey, I got a Sam's Club membership too, so we can have Sam's.
Yeah, dude.
Getting the food in the bulk.
I will make you some pork belly, burn ends. I'm telling you, dude. I'm gonna open a restaurant one day.
Oh, hey, you know what, guys?
This food truck comes.
The basement food truck could happen if you like, follow, subscribe, share, invite all your friends.
Guys, we would love for this to become our full-time job.
For sure.
Look, you don't even have to donate anything. All you got to do is watch, like, favorite it, share it, send it to people. That's all we ask, and we appreciate that.
They're trying to gain more followers, so that leads me to my next point. 500 followers.
On Facebook,
Blaster Box. You can get some autograph, or not autograph, sorry. You can get some jersey memorabilia. You can get some rookie phenoms, and you can get some Don Russ threads, which are similar to jersey patch cards. So, what'd you say earlier, Hunter? If you get to the YouTube, if you prove that you're on YouTube,
If you prove because where we do these giveaways, we're going to be doing a post, and you got to get in on the post. But if you show that you're a YouTube follower as well, we will add an extra, we'll add your name one more time for that YouTube contribution.
absolutely.
Because we need to build up that YouTube following as well. We haven't once asked for a penny from any of our followers. We appreciate the support. But this is how we can start getting, monetization so we can start producing more content and start getting more and put more back out into the community.
yeah, and I mean, I think we should piggyback on that and say we're not going to ask for donations.
No, absolutely.
Unless we're giving something, unless we're asking you to buy some merchandise or something along those lines. But we're not just going to ask for your money.
No.
All we want you is to like, follow, and subscribe.
That is absolutely true.
And then I'll add on to it. I want to hear you guys' feedback. If it sucks, man, tell me if it sucks. Tell me what you like about it. Tell me what we can improve upon. Tell me what you want us to talk about. There's nothing that we want. Well, there's 3 things we won't talk about. Politics, religion, and I can't talk about my professional life.
Yeah,
At all. I can't even tell you what I do for a living. I'm not going to. I can't. That's the 3 things I won't personally talk about. When I'll talk about politics, religion, or my professional life, I just can't do it. Anything else I'll talk about.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I can't. We have a social media policy that I have to steer clear of.
Absolutely.
One thing that I do want to piggyback off of what Andrew said, though, is that if you want to give us, some feedback and stuff like that, if it's negative, you know what? We need to hear negative. One thing I do ask is that if you do want to offer some negative feedback, offer us a positive solution to it. Because that's how we will grow. If you just say, give negative feedback, it's harder for us to, interpret what exactly you want from that. So if you say, well, you guys are doing X, Y, and Z, but I want you to do A, B, C, and we feel like, that's a very reasonable accommodation, we will absolutely incorporate that going forward.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm all for that. I'm all for, actionable solutions is what we was told in my trainings that I've had to go through.
That sounds very professional.
It did, didn't it? I can be professional at times. But
I call it,
be at this current time.
I call it constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism.
Actually,
Absolutely.
if you just want to hate, I'm okay. I'm a big boy. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I mean, I want you to like.
I'm not going to cry on camera now.
No, I'll cry in the car.
Yeah, we cry in the car, though.
That was the movie Friday. You gonna cry in the car?
Watch a lot of movies.
Hey, let's do that. What's your top 3 favorite movies?
Oh, God. I mean, this person, so that's going to be good for me.
Mine are going to be old.
Oh yeah, mine too.
Because I don't want it. Hold on. Can we include series as one movie, or do we have to incorporate a specific movie within a series?
I got one. You can go series, franchises, or movie.
Okay.
I want to start.
Go ahead.
Okay.
3, the Friday movies, like you said. They are it, buddy.
Yep.
I love every bit of it.
Yep.
Those are great. It's more of a reality series, but I like Alone.
Yeah.
I like survival shows. And my number 1 favorite franchise series, it doesn't matter if it was made in the 1913 or made in 2025. Anything Monarch, which is Godzilla, King Kong, any of them monsters, I'm all about. But let me tell you, when Fortnite dropped the Godzilla skin, your boy got off work and went home and grinded for 4 hours and like every bit of that. Oh man, every bit of that Godzilla skin that I could, and I made sure that I got all the Godzilla challenges on Fortnite that day. I knocked them all out because I love it. That Monarch series, it's included in that. That was on Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime. Great
Yeah.
series.
So let me ask you this.
But
If you're a contestant on Alone, you going to make it?
oh hell no, buddy. The first time they put me there, and it gets real quiet, and I'm sitting there and I can't talk to anybody. I'm tapping out. I'm out.
Now, I personally think I would be okay until I got too cold. Then I'm be like, hell with this. I need something. I need to be warm. I don't like to be cold, man.
That's me 3 hours in hunting season. I've done that enough of this.
I ain't seen nothing. I'm going to the trick.
All right, what you got? Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Go forward.
All right, so number 3, I'm gonna have to go with the Boondock Saints.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it is. I feel like, even though the Boondock Saints has a cult following, I still feel like it's underrated.
Yeah.
Number 2,
The Norman Reedus and that.
yeah.
Okay, honorable mention. I do like the earlier Walking Deads. Sorry, good.
Number 2, don't worry, I've already got my honorable mention in mind too.
Yeah.
Number 2, I'm going with Step Brothers. I don't care if anybody says like Step Brothers. That's a good one. Step Brothers is one of the all-time best movies.
Yeah.
It's a Catalina wine mixtures.
Oh, change your face.
And then number 1, the first 2 Godfather movies.
Oh, yeah.
I can't throw the third one in there. I'm sorry, I can't.
Yeah.
But
I get it.
those first 2 Godfather movies,
Great.
Yeah.
and I don't even like long movies. Okay, I don't like movies, period.
Dude, the Godfather.
But the Godfather movies, whew,
Yeah.
those are good.
Yeah, dude. They really are. But I'm with you on Godfather 3. It's very,
Yeah, it is.
you know.
It was very mid to. It just, and the sad part is, like, I'm not even saying the Godfather 3 is a bad movie. It's just following up the first and second one. And honestly, the Godfather 2 may be better than the first one, which is very rare that you see in like a series.
Yeah.
You rarely see the second one being better. I feel comfortable saying the Godfather 2 was better than the first one.
Yeah. I can go with that. I mean, I don't know if I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I can see.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that's it's definitely kind of a little bit of a hot take, but
Yeah.
it's not a far
No.
thing.
I mean, so we'll go right into my top 3. Godfather is one of mine. I like the entire trilogy. I can understand why people want to omit the third one. I get it. But then number 2, I'm gonna say this is crazy probably, but I like Will Ferrell. I like comedy. I like to laugh.
Yeah.
I love the movie with him and Kevin Hart, Get Hard. I mean, that is hilarious, man. And then number 1 is going to be the Friday franchise, dude. I love every single one of them. I was absolutely,
that new one.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was absolutely stoked when Ice Cube was like, I've had it written for years. I'm just waiting on somebody to, I'm just waiting to be able to put this in production. So, I mean, I'm absolutely stoked about that. But then my honorable mentions, Goodfellas. I love Goodfellas too.
Hey, that Goodfellas is a good one too.
Yeah.
Another thing that manifested in my mind while we was talking about this. I love history. I am a history buff. If you could live in any period of history,
Oh, man.
any period of history,
Man.
what would it be? What would your period of history be?
Dude, I like
It's
it.
actually very specific. And I've actually already got this. So, like, I'm talking like the 1880s to 1920s. Like, that transition of American history where there's Wild West, plus you got, like, those early mob scenes and shit and stuff, too.
Yeah.
Like, that transition between the Wild West and organized crime within the U.S., like, where it goes from being, like, crazy bank robbers and stuff like that to legitimate organized crime.
Yeah.
I think that's like, my favorite thing.
That's awesome. I don't even know my answer. So if you got one, go ahead.
I kind of got a 2-part. I know I do this all the time. But My first would be like ancient Greek.
Nah,
Greece. Around that time when it was the city-states and everything.
yeah.
Because it just looked like I love history.
That's like one of those time periods that was way ahead of its time.
Yeah, that looks like it would be so prosperous. And another period of times, like Noah said, we weren't going to talk about religion, but it's around the time when Jesus was on earth. I want to be in those areas where he was at, and I want to witness all that. I wanted to be there. I think that would be a great time in history, which is, I do know that, believing in that, you would have been, persecuted, and it would have been hard. But I mean, in ancient Greece, them people were dying left and right, fighting all the time. They were fighting with daggum spears.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I hate spear enemies anytime in a video game. I just think that's to be known. I need that to be on record. I hate anytime I'm in a video game and somebody has a spear. Nothing makes me more mad, especially like in Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Origins. Both of them, they have spear enemies. Oh my God, nothing makes me more mad.
So what was your era in history?
Man, I just helped Maddox here with a project on the Olympics. And so ancient Greece and stuff's fresh on my mind, which is really cool. I agree with you. It's really, really cool. But man, honestly, I don't know. I love history. I love Native American history.
Yeah.
Also think it would be kind of cool to have been alive, like he said, during the late 1800s, early 20s, maybe 30s.
You were still in front of everything.
But also, man, there's so many cool periods in time. I mean, you mentioned when Jesus was on Earth, and then you got what about when the Aztecs and stuff? I mean, so that too. I mean, I really can't.
Too. I mean,
Yeah, Roman Empire.
the Roman Empire is one of the most fascinating things because it was beyond ahead of its time.
Yeah.
We wouldn't, I don't think our societies would be the same without the Roman Empire, truthfully.
Crazy question. We got all these type of soldiers and warriors and everything from in time of history. If you could be any type of soldier or warrior, what would you be?
I'd be a Jaguar warrior. I would hell that all up.
Hey, I'd be a samurai because, I mean, that whole death before dishonor code that they had, and they,
Bob's I'll pay hell out of you.
I'm just saying,
No,
samurais,
that's real. Yeah.
they were legit.
Because they're going to die.
Yeah,
You like kill them, and they're going to kill you. It's that simple.
yeah, if you capture them, they would literally kill themselves before they told you anything.
Yeah.
I would absolutely, if I could have been any warrior throughout time, right there, I'd have been a Spartan.
Yeah. Hey, that's
My favorite Spartan quote of all time is super simple. If.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It's when the Persians come into Sparta and they talk to King Leonidas.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fact check me. And they said something about coming into here. If we come into here, we're going to enslave all your people. And all he said back to that Persian was, if.
In other words, you can come on over here and try it.
Hey, I will say this. I do have another honorable mention with, warriors of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I will gladly say American soldiers during World War II. I'm telling you, those were some of the baddest dudes that I think our country has seen, especially with how much war was changing during that time period.
Yeah.
We were actually adding, fighter planes and stuff like that during that time.
I don't know. I watched a lot of World War II history stuff. One thing that I thought was the most interesting thing about World War II is when America and in Great Britain was invading Sicily. Great Britain invaded on one side and America invaded on the other side, and we was pretty much racing to a certain, I can't remember the name of the city, to a certain spot we was racing to get there. We was racing Great
About like what Saving Private Ryan was about. Similar, or
No, I think that was like Normandy, wasn't it?
maybe.
Yeah, that was D-Day. But they were racing to this city, right? Well, America, at that time in the 1940s, what do we have going on in America?
The Great Depression.
No. We had Italian mobs and gangsters. So our government actually went to these Italian gangsters and mobs and was offering to letting them out of prison, giving them deals to go over there and talk to the crime families in Sicily.
Mm-hmm.
So when America invaded, they already quelled all the resistance and stuff, and they said we pretty much just walked in.
A lot of people don't know that the American mob, the Italian Americans, they're Sicilian.
Yeah.
They're you have to be, in order to be a made man, you have to be Sicilian.
Hey, get this.
So
That's what I love about. I don't know. Have you guys played the Mafia video games?
I love that game, dude.
Hey, do you know? Have you heard of anything about the new one? It's literally called Mafia Old Country, and it takes place in Sicily.
Man. But a lot of people don't know that the Cosa Nostra, they're Sicilian. They think Italy, they think of like Rome and Naples and wherever else, but they're Sicilians. So yeah, I can totally see how they would use their. But I'm surprised that they were willing to give them anything.
Well, they had to get. Keith probably was those things. They probably pulled one of their own moves against them.
Yeah.
They gave them offers they couldn't refuse. Either their brains or their signature would be on that contract.
It's like the Godfather.
Well, it's pretty much like you let us in and you help us out, and you can have an island
Yeah. Well,
or the peninsula. Where
you want to know a random fact since we're talking about Sicily?
go ahead.
Don't fact check me. But
You want to do a rave about that? Don't fact check me.
But I have heard this, and again, I think it was what episode 2 we talked about. I have family that was from Palermo, Sicily. So that everybody's like, oh, the Italian food, spaghetti, this and that.
Yeah.
Did you know that the Arabic people invaded Sicily, and that's where spaghetti actually came from? Well, from the
I do know that a lot of like the
Land-
Italian American food that we love is truly not authentic Italian.
No, no.
And if you were to go to
Alfredo?
Italy,
No.
like if you were to go to Italy, like most people who love Italian food in America would absolutely hate Italian food in Italy.
Probably.
My thing is like I have like some Italian in me, but most of my heritage is mostly Irish and English, which is it's kind of funny because my adopted name is McDaniel. That's not my birth last name,
Right.
but I also had a lot of Irish in my bloodline before then. And then I ended up getting one of the most Irish names you could think of.
We got breaking news.
What?
Internet's down.
Here?
Yeah, the internet's down.
Oh,
I just
hey,
got a text.
as long as we're recording.
We're recording. As long as it's recording, that's fine.
My phone just told me that I have if like
Good old
I'm
Xfinity.
gonna use cellular or
I don't know why we pay you so much money, just like we pay AEP so much money. We lost power the other night.
Oh man, I was so
I'm just saying.
I mean, I was asleep. I was already.
Oh, yeah, it's quick keypad.
I've got Frontier for internet, okay, and I've got the fiber optic.
Lucky.
Yeah.
I have 1 gig even, okay.
And this is down here in the slums. We got Xfinity. This is what you get.
We right to the DSL.
Hey, but at least be thankful that you got Xfinity, because whenever Xfinity works, it's not bad, okay.
No, it's not.
And honestly, I love wherever I moved here and had wherever I moved to Brushfork and had Xfinity. I was thankful for it until Frontier brought their fiber optic. And then I jumped ship see you later so quick. I'm telling you, as soon as I got the notification, I was calling them once a week wherever I found out they were running lines until I found out that it was available.
So you live in Brookford?
Yeah.
So I mean, they just got to run like 1 or 2 lines, and we'll be good.
Yeah, pretty much.
Need to get on it.
So I like a demand type thing. Right now, I think we're like in Mullins right now. My stepfather-in-law does the lines.
Well, can you hook us up?
I've been trying. Jeff, if you watching,
I will say,
bring them lines that won't lick road.
I live in Brushfork, and I got that Frontier fiber optic, and I pay $60 a month for what? For 1 gig internet. And let me tell you, whenever I run my internet speeds, I'm getting right at that 1 gig.
Dude, I'm about $80 a month. Right? What in the world is going on there?
And you probably have do they give you a cap on yours?
No, I don't have a cap, but my download speed's like 300 or something, which is okay. But my upload speed's only like 25. So YouTube, for you guys,
My uploads are usually about 100 megs per second. And that's my uploads. My downloads are usually about usually right around the 900 range.
So you can download, you just be on, well, you don't have
I could download like full games within 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the size of the game.
I don't want to fight you right now.
Well, see, here's the thing, though, okay? So I'm in Brushfork, and I have that. Christina, I kept bragging to Christina about how amazing my internet is. I've had it for 2 years, okay?
How many years you've had this?
Yes, 2 years.
Yeah, right here, it's dirty.
I mean, we're like a mile and a half away.
Yeah. Hey, don't figure your fight with me. But Christina, I talked Christina into getting it, okay? She signed up for it. Tell me why every time we go to her house, it's shown that it's out at her house. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. She's like, I told you Frontier's just terrible. I'm like, no, okay? I've had this for 2 years and never had the issues that you've had.
When I lived in Princeton, I had Frontier DSL.
Well, see, that's what she had DSL, but then she had DSL then too, and she was like, "I've had Frontier and it was terrible." I'm like, I was like, "I promise you didn't have DSL." She gets DSL and it's been terrible ever since she signed up for it. So now, obviously, I'm not living this down. I'm having to hear about it about at least once a day.
This tells you how bad Frontier DSL was. It took me 3 days to download Internet Explorer.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, 3 days when I tried to stream on Twitch, which I feel like we don't plug enough. We all have Twitch streams.
We do.
But anyway, when I tried to stream on Twitch, all you can see is a bunch of pixelated bullcrap. Because
It's probably better in my gameplay, honestly.
well, that's horrible. But I mean, you know, that's all it would show because my internet connection was so slow I couldn't stream. Like my internet was like, dude, we're already playing an online game. Let's chill out.
Yeah. You already getting the max you can get, that good peasant.
Yeah. And that was Xfinity told me, well, because my neighbor had Xfinity. And they told me, they was like, well, if you want us to reroute the lines over to your house, you'll have to pay us $12,000. I was like, $12,000?
Yeah.
My God.
They're dirty, man. But shoot. Well, we about 52 minutes into this one. I feel like this was a great podcast. I mean, we talked about sports. We talked about breaking news. We were recording a TikTok with you guys. You've seen how terrible we are at it. I used my last couple percentage of battery life to do that.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, what do you guys think about we end it? And this is going to be our Friday episode.
So since this is Friday episode, what's your final takes for the week?
Final text for the week.
Hey, hold up. Before you give your final takes of the week, just remember this is the last podcast we're going to record and have aired before the Super Bowl. That is a very important thing to remember.
Oh, let's make our Super Bowl predictions then while we're here.
Well, I mean, why? We all know who's going to win. The Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to win.
Kansas City cheats.
Nah, they don't get the three-peat done. Philadelphia wins. They can't stop Saquon's run.
I don't think that the NFL will allow 3-4 because, I mean, you start looking at it from the NFL, and here's my thing about it. This is what I'm about to say is a fact. You know, the MLB, NBA, the MLB and NBA are both listed as, like, you know, sports agencies, okay? Why is the NFL listed as an entertainment agency?
I mean, you know what else is listed as an entertainment agency?
WWE.
Well, that's what I'm getting at, you know.
But if it was rigged and they were still allowing people to bet on it, then that would be a whole entire lawsuit.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. That's a risk to the...
I don't know, man. People, how about spot wrestling?
Do they really though?
Yeah, it's on DraftKings.
Is it really?
DraftKings sponsors WWE.
I didn't think it was on FanDuel.
It's on DraftKings.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Why would you vote on something that's rigged?
There going you, Triple H. You costing me. No, but I feel like it's going to be Kansas City. I hate Kansas City. Might be just if it's because I hate them or I'm just tired of them. I don't know.
We get to see Taylor Swift 85 times.
My thing would be with it, if Kansas City can't stop the Eagles' run, it's going to be a long night for Kansas City.
And that's what's going to happen.
And
I mean, a lot of holding calls.
yeah, and there will be. Yeah. That's going to be the reality of it. Unless the NFL decides a 3-peat would be terrible for the NFL, and it would be. I'm sorry, a back-to-back, that's one thing. A 3-peat, nobody wants to watch that anymore.
Did y'all see that meme? We've all got kids. We've all seen the movie Cars.
Yeah.
You know where what's the green car's name? Chick. where he wins the Piston Cup and they just throw the trophy at him. That said, if Kansas City Chiefs three-peat and they just threw the trophy, dude, that's why he likes him.
I do think that this will be Travis Kelce's last game. Yeah, that's one of my hot takes.
Yeah,
Because he fell off tremendously this year. Let's face it, him and Taylor Swift, they're not. I say they're not the youngest in the world, but they're still younger than y'all.
and also they got more money than everybody combined.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. If they're wanting to settle down, if Travis Kelce goes out, especially on a three-peat, that'll be the end of Travis Kelce.
That's the way to do it.
And I'd say within the year, by the end of 2025, you will see Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift having a baby. Or engaged. Or engaged. Okay, I'll leave it at that. They'll either have a baby or be engaged and or married.
Maybe if she has a
There's a-
baby, she'll go retire and I'll never have to see her again.
Man, Evie, that's my daughter, Everly. She loves Taylor Swift, dude. So I'll jam it in the car with her, boy. I'll be in there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the torture,
Yeah.
the tortured poets department.
What?
I don't know.
That's Taylor Swift's newest album. It kind of hit.
I don't know.
Hey, well, listen to it, okay? It's like a darker album.
If you're wondering, YouTube, I just booed this man.
And here's the bad part: this mixer has about 18 already programmed buttons, and the only one we use is the boo button.
We want to find out why we don't use the screen one?
That's what
That's why we don't use it.
whenever you look at them too long.
Well, I feel like this is a great episode, guys.
I feel like we've done some really good stuff this past weekend.
Oh, absolutely. It's been a great.
Especially because we've had to do a lot of audibles.
This is a Friday episode. Tomorrow, Saturday, we will have.
Today's Saturday.
Yeah, but we're
Recording your 10th.
Fridays.
Future. Oh, my bad. That day, my bad. Let's look at you.
you.
Yeah, I just messed it all up. Let's go ahead.
Okay. So Friday, tomorrow will be Saturday. Exclusive interview is coming your way
Yep.
with the Whiskey Blind Band.
Hey,
It is coming. It will drop next Monday, February 10th.
Rumor has it they're going to join us live in the studio, which means we're going to have them on the YouTube.
On YouTube, you will see the Whiskey Blind Band. We may even get him to sing. I get him to sing. I don't know. I don't know how acoustics is down here.
He might play that old Get Fiddle for us.
hey, does he take requests?
I mean, he can sing just about anything. The dude's got the voice of, it's like Jesus and Fergie.
But hey, yo, if you're gonna catch us on Monday. Hey, if you hurry up and follow us on YouTube, if we get 50 followers, 50 subscribers on YouTube, we will go live on YouTube for that interview.
Also,
But we have to get 50 subscribers.
don't forget, Blaster Pat.
Bash Pat. Hey, y'all take care. This is top level content from the lower level. It's the basement.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.